So as somebody who takes in Walking Dead content pretty regularly, I frequently see videos talking about how wasted the potential of The Ones Who Live was. And for the people who don't know what The Ones Who Live is and have just been living under a rock, or if you've never seen The Walking Dead before, spoilers by the way, The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live is a spinoff of the original Walking Dead TV show that follows the events after the disappearance of Rick Grimes and reunites him with his wife, Michonne. And a lot of people don't really think it's that good. But was it really that bad? Despite this show being the highest rated Walking Dead spinoff on Rotten Tomatoes, and arguably having the second best soundtrack in the entire Walking Dead franchise, a lot of people seem to believe that this show is a little bit, well, lackluster. The complaints that people make usually consist of the following. In some scenes, the acting isn't very good. The plot just doesn't make sense. Why would Rick be able to defeat the CRM once Michonne came around? All it took was Michonne to show up and then they saved the CRM. I mean, Rick was stuck here for 8 whole years. And you're telling me all it took was Michonne to beat the whole CRM? And while I think a lot of these claims are justified and are kind of true, I think there are a lot of aspects of this show that kind of counter these points, which leads me into my first reason.
This is my last one. The last letter I write to you that you'll never see. I love you.
Even just within the first episode of the show, we get to see a version of Rick that we've never seen before. This is a version of Rick who has lost all hope. Even compared to something like Carl's death, this is the worst we've seen Rick. This is the saddest and the loneliest Rick Grimes has ever been in like the history of the show. It even gets to a point where he has to let go of his family and friends back in Alexandria just to move forward. The survival instinct that made him always bounce back and get the win is gone. Rick Grimes has given up all hope because he thinks he's never going to see his wife or kids again, so he stops caring enough to try to escape the CRM. And then comes Michonne. After Rick and Michonne reunite, Michonne finds this version of Rick that I talked about previously. And Michonne does not like this version of Rick, even after he tries to keep her safe from the CRM.
I'm trying to get you out of here alive, and you pull us out of a goddamn helicopter!
That's because I don't like who you are with them, what they make you.
This is the first time we see Michonne kind of get angry with Rick, and at one point she even says she can't trust him because of how much he's dismissing the idea of taking down the CRM.
Maybe I should be afraid of you. In the red uniforms, I don't know what you're capable of. You lied to me.
It's only after this that Rick begins to open up more about his time at the CRM and how it's affected him. Because let me tell you, 8 years in isolation, having no friends, no life, no wife, no kids, no nothing, probably does something to a man, if I had to guess. Anyways, after hearing about all this, Michonne finally convinces him to help her take down the CRM. And spoiler alert, they end up taking them down. Rick is back to his old self. A lot of people say that it doesn't really make any sense that Rick could only defeat the CRM after Michonne showed up, but I completely disagree with this statement, mostly because I'm just seeing it from another angle, I think. As we established before, Rick Grimes is as broken as he's ever been. He hasn't seen his family in over 8 years, and that's what motivated him to survive in the first place. And after Michonne shows up and helps him remember Carl and what he's fighting for, he finally takes enough initiative to beat the CRM. Rick Grimes refound himself, which I'm pretty sure he says in the show, actually.
I never lost my son. I lost myself. He brought me back. My wife brought me back.
Rick had lost himself, and Michonne helped bring him back. By the way, that also took like 2 episodes of the show, so it wasn't like an immediate thing either. Point is, Michonne didn't necessarily come back and then he just magically stopped the CRM. She helped convince him that he was good enough and capable of doing it, and that he needed to do it. Moving on to my third rebuttal. Okay, I won't lie. The ending of the show isn't very good. Yes, there's some bad acting.
How?
I believed.
And would I have much rather had seen a Rick and Daryl reunion? Yes. But at the end of the day, the ending of the show is about a man who lost himself and then found himself again. This is the ending to Rick Grimes' story, and he got his happy ending. And since it's confirmed that we won't be getting a season 2 for The Ones Who Live, I'd love to see Rick and Daryl reunite in Daryl's show or even in Dead City or something. I just love to see the whole gang get back together again. I think that'd be sick. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it there. If you liked the video, like the video. And if you want to see more like this, please consider subscribing. Videos like this take me a while to make, so I'd appreciate it if you subscribed and showed me some support. How did you feel about The Ones Who Live? Let me know in the comments down below. Or don't. But yeah, see ya.